So every once in a while, a fragrance comes along that I really enjoy, and then the year after its release, after I get a full year's of wear out of it, I like to come back and revisit the fragrance. And so today, that's what we're going to be doing with one of my favorite releases of 2022. This is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Parfum. So that's what we're going to be talking about, doing a full review, seeing how it's changed, how much I like it, if I like it more than last year or less. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. Thank you guys so much for joining me again. You guys know the deal. If you're new to my channel, you obviously don't know the deal, then please hit the subscribe button if you're interested. Everybody else, hit that like button, put it on the algorithm, help out your boy. Comment below and let me know what your favorite Azzaro from the line is. Also, let me know how much you like this fragrance, how much you dislike this fragrance, stuff like that. I know there's people that call it grape soda. There's people that just don't like the Azzaro line in general. But guess what? I don't care because I love it. And I like to have conversations with you if you don't like it, so that's fine. With that said, today we're going to be doing a recap of one of my favorite fragrances that came out last year. I'm going to be doing this once a week. Next week is going to be Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche, just an FYI. But this one is Azzaro's The Most Wanted Parfum. We first had, so the Azzaro line kind of started out a little cruddy. They started out with the original Wanted, which at the time was just kind of like a take on the bubblegum sweet fragrance that you get with Invictus. It was like their own style DNA with like the ginger and stuff. Then they came out with like Freeride and Tonic, which altogether just didn't really amount to anything. Then they came out with this, Wanted by Night. It fruity, woody, all cinnamon based. It's what started me on my collection. I mean, I had $20 bottles at that point in time. I got that in from Biz Agent as a decant, and my wife bought it for me the next day. And I also bought YSL EDT, which was also in that pack. And it just got me started straight on collecting, reviewing, all that stuff. Then they came out with this a few years ago, like 2020, 2021. Azzaro The Most Wanted. My favorite one in the line, one of my favorite designers out there. It's a fresh gourmand, cardamom toffee, all that stuff. Then last year, it was March 20 something, and I was walking around the mall and I look up, and in Macy's they had this sitting on the shelf, and I was like, what is that? And I remember, if you guys come, that's what I just started my channel. And I went on and I showed you guys a short. You can still go back and find it. I showed you guys a short where I was like, dude, guess what? I'm at the mall and there is a new Azzaro Most Wanted and it's not even released yet. I looked everywhere. There was nothing about it. And so I ended up picking it up and I was the first one to review it on YouTube. And man, it's like way to start your channel with like the brand new Azzaro Wanted release. It was supposed to be released on April 4th and I reviewed it on like March 28th or 24th or something like that. Anyway, Azzaro The Most Wanted Parfum. You can see how much of a dent I left in this. It's only a fall and winter fragrance, so that was mostly from all last fall and winter, minus a few decants. But with that said, what's it all about? So Azzaro The Most Wanted Parfum. I'm not going to go through a full note breakdown because they usually only give you 3 notes, which is really what they revolve around. Like the original Most Wanted, outside of a little bit of this bourbon vanilla that also is in this one, that one is more focused on toffee and cardamom, while this one is focused more on that bourbon vanilla being more centric. Whenever people first got this in, they thought it smelled like a lot like the original Most Wanted. And I can tell you, there is no redundancy issues there. Maybe for the first like minute, you could smell a bit of it, but this is a lot less gourmand, a lot thicker, a lot more fall and winter based, and that's pretty much it. The bottle's super tight too. You can see that kind of like graphite top and the ambery color fluid. So this has an amber edge. The fragrance is ambery, warm and spicy throughout. As you start it off, you get this really nice, sweet, and semi-sharp ginger that comes into the fragrance and mixes together with this bourbon vanilla and slight woodiness that is in the opening. The bourbon vanilla becomes more prominent, as does the, so whenever you first spray it on, it's kind of like a mix of the amber wood. It has almost like a little bit of a warm and spiciness, like maybe some cinnamon and cardamom in there. Also, I can sense a bit of lavender in the fragrance as well. But for the most part, it starts out as a kind of 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 ginger, vanilla, and woods. And the amber woods comes across a little bit deeper, warmer, richer. Mix that all together. And then as you work your way further into the fragrance, as that woodiness starts to dissipate a little bit further into the background, which it does make an appearance at about 2 hours, that ginger and bourbon vanilla just becomes the centerfold of the fragrance, and it is super, super alluring. This is more of a night out fragrance, but for the fall and winter, you can wear this pretty much all damn day. I did find that women like the original Most Wanted a little bit better than this, and this is a little bit more centered towards the younger crowd, while the Most Wanted is still younger. It's still probably like 18 to 35. This one can reach down to like 14. It does have a little bit more of that youthness to it. I think it's that bourbon vanilla that provides that sweetness. With that said, there are other fragrances that smell in this similar. There's a lot of bourbon vanilla fragrances that have come out since then, 2023. So I love this fragrance. I gave it a 9. This year, what do I think? So as you get to the dry down, you get that woodiness, but for the most part, it's ginger, bourbon, vanilla, a little bit of spice and woods, and an ambery undertone. It's warm, spicy, slightly ambery, has a little bit of a lavender touch underneath it. Beautiful. Has that slightly sharpness from the ginger, almost like a candy-like feeling because it's mixed with the bourbon vanilla. And just an FYI, bourbon vanilla is not bourbon mixed with vanilla. It is a type of vanilla bean called bourbon vanilla. Someone said, I love the boozy quality. There's not really a boozy quality because there's no bourbon. I can see what you mean. It's the ginger mixed together with it has almost this slight boozy sharpness to it. But with that said, bourbon vanilla is a type of vanilla bean. Anyway, so now that I've worn this fragrance, like 3/4 of it, I still think that it is the second best, maybe third best in the line. But with that said, it's still in my top 10 designer fragrances. I think that this is absolutely fire. And now that Wanted by Night is discontinued, I mean, they're just going to be making an even bigger push for it. For the fall and winter, there are not many fragrances. If you're looking for something sweet, sexy, and alluring to wear out maybe on a date night or during a really cold day or really cold night, this is going to be it. I mean, the bourbon vanilla in this really shines. The ginger in this really pushes off your skin. You have the performance in this looking around 10 to 11 hours on your skin over 3 days on your clothes, no joke. It pushes out well above average, almost at elixir status for the first 45 minutes, and then it starts to become more of an above average scent for about 3 to 4 hours, and then it tones down and is more of a personal bubble, almost skin scent for the remainder, but it does stay on your skin for about an extra 5 hours. I still give this about a 9. If anything, I'd say maybe like a 9.1. It has actually gone up for me. You know, for me, Most Wanted is probably a 9.2, 9.3. Wanted by Night is about a 9.1, 9.2 for me. They're both right there. This is going to be right underneath the two. I just find a little bit more wearability with the other two because I wore them longer, but I still find this to be an absolutely beautiful pickup. If you haven't tried this, you should definitely get out to your local Macy's, Ulta, Sephora. Try it out. The Most Wanted Parfum has definitely not let me down since I got it in. I've had it now for a little over a year and 3 or 4 months. And I'm going to have to get another bottle soon. And that tells you something. Because with as big of a collection as I have, some people have bigger ones, I understand that, but as large of a collection as I have compared to what I used to have, I shouldn't be able to go through a bottle this quick. And the next one that I'm going to talk about, Lacoste Blanco Fraiche, is just on par with that. So yeah, let me know what you think about the Most Wanted Parfum. I just feel bad I haven't talked about it that much this year, if at all. But it's a very beautiful fragrance, one that you should definitely try out. It is more for the fall and winter. It is not work safe. You shouldn't wear it to school, but kids nowadays are nuts, so whatever. So yeah, thank you guys very much. Let me know what you think about this video by commenting below, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.